Do not clear the runway yet. That was the line that turned my voice into math. Tower frequency, 118.3. The only place I sound like someone who knows what to do. The storm cells were boiling just west of Miami International, and a twin turboprop was holding short on 27 with one engine spitting numbers I didn't like. Ground, this is Ramp Chief Mateo Cruz. Do not clear that Beechcraft to taxi. We've got fuel sheen on the south apron. Copy, Ramp, holding. The controller's voice was calm, but I could hear the thunder arguing over the Everglades. I didn't know it yet, but that decision, the 5 words that held a plane still, was how I met him. My name's Mateo, 35, Ramp Operations Chief for MIA. I've spent 12 years keeping aluminum, lightning, and human impatience from shaking hands at the wrong time. My world is reflective vests, night humidity, the roar of turbines, and radios that never stop asking who you are. My coworkers call me the Tarmac Whisperer. They don't know that sometimes I talk to concrete because it listens better than people. Ramp Chief. This is Tower. Fire Rescue 12. Rolling to South Apron. Possible spill. That voice. I'd know it now if you played it through static underwater. Copy, Tower. Rescue 12. Responding. Low, even. A little gravel at the edge. Whoever was on that truck made copy sound like a promise. Wait, don't miss this part. Because the first time I saw him, he wasn't framed by candlelight or music. He was framed by an open service bay door and the kind of rain that forgets where the sky stops. The rescue unit pulled up, red strobes cutting through mist. He stepped out, helmet tucked under his arm, yellow reflective jacket half unzipped, steam rising off it like stage fog, name patch. Rivera. He looked up at me standing on the tarmac stairs, and even from 30 feet I swear his gaze had rangefinder precision. You the one who called it? Yeah, Mateo Cruz, Ramp Chief. South apron fuel sheen, probable nozzle rupture. Ethan Rivera, Fire Rescue. Let's keep everyone dry and unlit. He grinned like someone who measures chaos for a living. I liked his voice immediately. Efficient empathy. We stepped through the rain toward the parked Beechcraft. The fuel spill was a thin rainbow bleeding down toward a drain. Ground, this is Ramp Chief. I keyed my mic. Spill confirmed, no ignition. Hold all taxi from J through M. Copy, all hold, Tower said. The airport slowed to heartbeat tempo. I watched Rivera kneel by the nozzle, gloves moving with practiced care. He looked back at me. You got absorbent powder, right? Always. I tossed him the bag, our hands brushing, barely. It was professional contact, but something in my pulse disagreed. He smiled, short, respectful. We'll make it boring again, he said. The same line I've heard in different accents from professionals who keep death in check. But he made it sound like faith. The storm deepened. Lightning crawled across the sky like handwriting. I stayed near the radio cart, monitoring taxi calls. Rivera and his partner laid pads, doused the spill, tested vapor readings. Every so often he'd call out data, percentages, safe zones, and I'd mark them down because I wanted an excuse to hear him again. But the part I didn't see coming was the wind shift. A blast from the west pushed rain sideways, knocked a toolbox from the Beechcraft wing, and rolled it toward the active taxiway. Toolbox moving. I yelled. Rivera sprinted, boots hammering puddles, caught it by the handle before it could cross the paint line. Lightning cracked overhead, and for a second the world turned white. He laughed, an incredulous, alive sound, and I felt something tilt in me. When the radio cleared again, he walked back, soaked and grinning. That's the dumbest thing I've done sober, he said. Then you do brave dumb well, I replied. Part of the job description, he said. His partner shouted, Area clear. Containment good. Copy, Rivera said. Then to me, do not move your trucks yet. Let the foam settle. He said, do not the way some people say please. Roger that, I said, because radio words are how we flirt when the cameras are rolling. 2 hours later, the airport went back to normal, if normal means thunder trying to drown jet engines. The rescue team wrapped up. Paperwork, photos, handshake with the pilot. Rivera walked toward his truck, then stopped by my cart. You filed the report already? Almost. Cool. We're based in Station 14. If you need signatures, come by. He gave a quick nod. I told myself it was just logistics, but it felt like an invitation written in fluorescent ink. When the shift ended at 02 o'clock, the air smelled of jet fuel and sea salt. I drove past Station 14 just to check wind direction. At least that's what I told myself. The bay doors were half open, light spilling out onto wet pavement. Rivera was there, helmet on the hood, filling a log sheet. He saw my truck, raised his hand. I rolled down the window. You stalking my paperwork? He asked. Making sure gravity's still working, I said. It's Miami. Everything falls eventually. We laughed. Then silence, but the kind that doesn't need rescue. Coffee sometime? He asked, casual, like checking an O2 gauge. Sure, I said. Just make sure you're off duty. I don't compete with sirens. Deal, he said. 3 nights later, EU11:47 p.m. I was halfway through coordinating a pushback for Gate D8 when the radio barked, Ramp Chief, this is Rescue 12. Uncontained power cart fire near Delta Cargo. Do not roll vehicles without our clearance. Copy, Rescue. I'm en route. Adrenaline feels like memory sometimes. It remembers the exact frequency where you first met a voice. When I pulled up, flames were licking around a ground power unit, cables hissing in the rain. Rivera and his team were already there, laying foam. Stay behind the loader, he yelled. I know the pattern, I shouted back. You want isolation or kill power? Kill it! We moved like we'd rehearsed it. I ducked under smoke, found the circuit box, flipped the disconnect. Sparks fell like punctuation. Rivera's stream hit the cart full on, foam swallowing light. He turned, eyes catching mine through fog. You're not trained for this, he said after. Neither are the carts, I said. He laughed again. Same laugh as that first night, alive, defiant, grateful. When it was over, the rain eased as if the sky approved. Fire gone, cargo saved, nobody hurt. He walked over, helmet off, water dripping from his hair. You good? He asked. I keep being, I said without thinking. His smile softened, and for a second the whole airport held its breath. Wait, don't miss this. The real moment wasn't the rescue or the foam or even the almost touch when we checked the power lines. It was later, in the break room. The fluorescents flickered like tired angels. He handed me a paper cup of black coffee. I looked you up, he said. You've been on the ramp 12 years? Yeah, that's commitment. You've been saving people from doing stupid things that explode? 10 years. Guess we're both allergic to boredom, I said. He leaned against the counter, watching rain bead down the window. You ever get tired of it? Only when I start counting lightning strikes instead of planes. He nodded, thoughtful. You talk like someone who makes maps out of chaos. You talk like someone who reads them, I said. Silence again, comfortable this time. When the call tones broke through the intercom, he sighed. Duty calls. Do not get struck, I said. Do not worry, he said, echoing me. I like staying findable. Weeks passed. Storms came, storms left. Rivera and I traded frequency jokes and silent looks across tarmac lights. Miami in summer is a humid film reel. You can feel every frame. One night, while checking runway sensors, I found a maintenance worker lying unconscious near a lighting pit. Heartbeat slow, pulse weak. Tower, this is Ramp Chief. Medical assist required on 27 right near Bravo intersection. Copy. Rescue 12 dispatched. They arrived in 3 minutes flat. Rivera jumped off the truck, med bag in hand. You found him? Yeah. Pulse but shallow. Good. You hold compressions, I'll set airway. We worked in sync, the way people do when there's no time for introductions. Every instruction was a small kindness disguised as a command. Okay, switch, he said. I've got it. He stabilized the man, secured the stretcher, and nodded. We're good. Later, when the ambulance rolled away, he stayed by the fence with me. He's gonna make it. Yeah, I said. You always sound so sure. Because sometimes people need a voice that sounds like the runway lights, always on. He looked at me, serious. You okay? I keep being, I said again. This time, I meant it differently. He reached out, brushed my shoulder, light and brief. Good, keep being. Here's where everything tilts. Hurricane warning, August. Winds 75 knots, airport on lockdown. We were ordered to secure all ground assets before midnight. I was in the vehicle bay when the first gust slammed the hangar door. My radio crackled. Ramp Chief, this is Rescue 12. We've got a personnel trap in Flood Bay 2. Do not roll toward Concourse G. Debris on taxi. Copy. I'm on foot. Where are you? South fence. We're pinned by container debris. Static swallowed half his words, but I heard enough. I fought wind, rain slicing sideways. The floodlights turned the storm silver. When I reached the fence, I saw their truck half submerged, water up to the doors. Rivera was outside, helping his partner free a cable line tangled around a barrier. "Ethan!" I yelled. He looked up, soaked and furious at the sky. "You shouldn't be here." "Neither should you." He laughed, a sound even the hurricane didn't dare drown. Together, we pulled the cable loose, dragged it out of the current. The rescue truck roared free, its engine coughing. He turned to me, chest heaving, eyes bright. "You just risked your job." "Maybe, but you were outnumbered," I said. He stepped closer, hand on my shoulder. "Do not make me file a report about you." "Then don't," I said. For a second there was only wind, rain, and two people who'd run out of professional excuses. He leaned in, forehead to mine, breath warm against storm air. It wasn't a kiss, it was a grounding wire. When the thunder hit, it felt like punctuation. The hurricane passed. Damage reports came in, but we were fine. A week later, FAA issued commendations. I ignored mine. I only cared that he was okay. He texted, "Rivera, still with me?" Me. Right here. We met again at dawn by the perimeter fence where the sky finally looked forgivable. He brought 2 coffees, both black. We sat on the hood of my truck watching planes taxi like nothing had happened. "You good?" he asked. "I keep being," I said. "Runway's clear," he said softly. "You want to lift off?" "Not yet," I smiled. "Bridge stays down." For now, we laughed. Miami laughed with us, thunder distant this time, span locked, runway held. Yes,